you are informed. Meaning not the first message, but just a confirmation of the message. Father, thank you. Tigris could be a river, but it doesn't occupy a space as a river. It must be in any nation. If Tigris is in your nation, ha! If Tigris, I never went to good schools to know the difference between EUPHRATES and Tigris. But Tigris, a river, that nation, look for swimmers, or start building a ship near it, it will move. This is a water, boom, to the whole region. Tigris. Then you can know how River Nile will be. The same advice that is given at Tigris is the same advice required to River Nile, that it will be boom. Meaning even a ship can be accommodated in its rising water. Father, as usual, when two rivers are spoken at once, when they are at a danger, know that the life of man is involved. Father, we separate life of any man. I separate life of men from these days. The ignorant will think Tigris is linked, EUPHRATES, by the drying power. When EUPHRATES was drying, because it carried the word of prophecy, Tigris was regaining potential. Now, time has come when it has to show that potential. This is the logic in the creations of God. The big word. Tigris. 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 May people be protected is the word. May people be protected is the word. Because most of the things I'm talking of days, it is now. I may be thinking, these are things come when it is now. So I pray for Tigris and its brother EUPHRATES not to make follicles to explode at once, that people will be destroyed. May the presence of God, may the presence of the Lord separate the two by action, separate the two by anger, separate the two by the wisdom that controls any wind. There is a big wind in the river Tigris. There is a big wind to affect that land. It has ever happened and suppressed millions without even a dam breaking. Father, thank you for not allowing any dam on Tigris to break. Father, thank you. Father, thank you. But it has ever happened that it exploded and the people were submerged. This is the big warning that it is going to repeat that scenario, I think some 100 years back, through us. Those who know records, they will get it. But this time, may God's people be protected, for it is not a new thing again. Father, thank you. Father, thank you.
From drought to deluge, farmers in central Syria are asking their government for help. The Euphrates River has burst its banks and swept through their fields and homes.
We can only reach our homes by boat. The water level is rising day by day. Rent is extremely high. We need tents to stay in until things improve.
Civil defense officials have struggled to reach some remote areas in Deir ez-Zor and Raqqa provinces. The water has washed out roads and caused extensive damage. Syrian authorities in Damascus say help is on the way. There are evacuation orders all along the Euphrates, from Syria to Iraq.
The water level in our house has risen to 1 meter. We have slept on the roof for the past 3 days. Now we can't go home because of the floodwaters, which threaten to destroy our houses and have already damaged the sewage system. The electricity and drinking water have already been cut off. We urge both the government and the disaster and emergency authorities to provide us with the necessary tents.
Heavy rains upstream in Turkey have caused the Euphrates to rise to levels not seen in years. Dams have been opened to relieve pressure. The floods will come as a test for Syria's new government to rebuild after a disaster brought by nature and not war. Wilson Dysart, Al Jazeera.
Entire villages and farmland completely submerged by floodwaters. The province of Deir ez-Zor in eastern Syria has been facing severe flooding for several days. Thousands of residents have been forced to leave the area. Those who stayed behind are calling for urgent aid to try and save what can still be saved.
The water has now flooded into the houses. We are asking for reinforcement and a faster response. We have been unsuccessfully requesting materials to plug the breaches and prevent the water from flooding other homes.
The cause is the sudden rise in the level of the Euphrates, the river that, after originating in Turkey, flows through Syria and then onto Iraq. The Syrian government claims the heavy rainfall in recent months and increased water flow from Turkey are the causes of these floods. They've specifically pointed to the opening of floodgates at several major Turkish dams, notably Ataturk Dam. As a consequence, Syrian dams are reaching capacity and need to release large quantities of water, and the floodwaters in Deir ez-Zor province have not yet peaked.
The river's water level has risen 3 meters above its normal level. We are still at the height of the flooding, and the water level has not yet stabilized across the entire territory of Deir ez-Zor province.
Authorities in Damascus have released images showing the opening of the floodgates at several Syrian dams on the Euphrates, as here in Raqqa, noting that some had not been used for about 40 years.